time, but good afternoon to you all, and welcome to EDPS 111 Zoom session this afternoon. There's the two of us. We some slight problem with our internet. We cannot really access the Moodle from the campus here, but that doesn't stop us to have a Zoom session with you. We still try to find ways to run this. So we are here with you all this afternoon, and we thank you for your time that you can come and we'll listen to each other this afternoon. All right. Now, welcome to week 8. If you have check the message, this is our 8. And I told you guys last week that we will not populate this week. So if you check on the Moodle page, EDPS 111, there is no work posted for you this week. Can somebody tell me now, what do we expect you to do this week then? Can somebody raise their hands? And Liza has her hand raised there. Can you tell us why we do not populate this week?
To complete all the works that we haven't completed yet, and then to start looking at the assignments.
Thank you very much, Liza. Yes. And did anyone check your schedule? Weekly schedule? What is?
Good afternoon, Mrs. Tarosa. I've checked the schedule and is it semester break, 1 week off?
Okay, good. Yes. And we do not normally give that for our in-service. Last year, we did not give out that break. We did not observe it because we have lots of work to do. But this time around, we decided we'll have this time off and not give you any work. So yes, thank you, Liza. You are right. We gave you this week to catch up. So that means we will see an improvement when we go to check the activity completion. When we go to check the activity completion, we will see there will be lots of you getting to week 7 or already at week 7 or almost there with your work 7. Am I right? Yes, Deborah? Yeah. So thank you. We expect to see that by end of this week and early next week. So yeah, that is why we did not have work. We want you guys to catch up because we will have to inform the authorities about how the work is going. Because this is week 8, this is halfway through the semester. So that is why we do not have that. Now, this afternoon, I would like to just again go into our reminders that while I'm talking about this, that we give you this week to catch up, I noticed as of today's Thursday, as of Tuesday, I went in and tried to collect work, actually collect work done and note down names of people who have done work. I will not say it here because I do not want to. It's not nice to say it here to embarrass people, but I just want to let you know that there are many of you who are still either only attempted week 1 or week 2, week 1 and 2 only, or week 1, week 2, and week 3 only, and then they don't do anything else. Then I still see you join our Zoom, good, but according to the activity completion, you are still in week 2 or week 3. And I must say that is discouraging. And if I compile a report to inform our authorities, that will not be good. So I believe by end of this week and early next week, that will change. I will see an improvement in that. You know who you are when I say that. Please make sure you try your best to have those ticks that we talked about last week. We had lots of discussion around, and we try to show you on the platform where you can go to see those boxes and make sure those boxes are ticked. We talked a lot about it last week. So I am sure you know what I am talking about now, and you will try your best to have those ticks, those boxes ticked, so that you can move on to the next week's work. All right. So yes, I have a figure here, but I will not tell you how many are in that category now, but I am just making a general reminder here that there is a good number of you, and I am encouraging you to please pull up your socks and try to move on. Make sure those boxes are ticked so that you can move on to week 4, 5, 6, and 7. Because next week, another set of work will be given out to you. And before we realize it, the semester will come to an end. All right. So that's my reminder to you on that. Anyone has any questions? Again, I know there might be someone new in here, but please, if you have any questions, do ask about what I have just reminded you on.
Okay, we have a question here.
Sorry, yours is Galaxy. I don't know who is talking, but bring on your question to us.
Okay. Good afternoon, Ms. Kaylin and Mr. Smith.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Okay, I'm from Tana. We are in Tana. This is Namahata Kifu. I've been using the password that Tony has given me, or the IT has given us. So now my question is, there are 3 of us in Tana here where we are doing our work online, and we have been updating on week 1, 2, and 3. And if you are tracking us with your system, you can find out that we've been doing discussions on week 3 and assignments, and we have not been open up to week 4. So now this week that it's week 7, we are doing the work. How about us, or what will you be saying to us about the work that we will be doing this week, or hopefully next week?
Good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, last week, I'm not sure whether you were part of the team or not, but we did talk about the restrictions that we have onto the platform. We've at the start initially we had the Moodle platform, or we had the courses app, and we thought that the students, you guys, are gonna sort of get right into the task and get it done. Now, the beauty of having stuff online basically is, as students, we can monitor. We can monitor who has accessed the content of what's been populated and who hasn't. So based on sort of a very minimal attendance on your part, we've decided to include that restriction activity, meaning that you have to complete all the set activities for 1 week in order to proceed on to the next. And that is when the activity restriction comes in. Now, if you're telling us that you only access content week 1, week 2, week 3 content, and if you haven't, or you can't access week 4, you're telling us that some of the components of week 3 activity has not been completed. That's why the system automatically restricts you from moving on to the next week's content. So you have to make sure that you run through all the set activities for each week to be able to proceed on to the next. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So now that we are in the level 3 situation that we are facing, and most of us have been quarantined or isolated in environment where it's not suitable for doing such a work. And now that this week, it's week 8, that you are providing chance for students to catch up. So I am really wondering if the system actually we are not failed. We are not failed in the work, but maybe we are failed in the system. So my concern is if we could work to accept us in the system, allowing us to try to work on week 4 and week 5 and week 6, as Ms. Kellin have just mentioned earlier, about that the importance of this week is to try to complete the work for week 4, 5, and 6. So I'm listening with interest. If you could allow me, Teacher Melanie and Teacher Alice, as we are working together. Thank you.
Yeah, I think like I previously mentioned, the system automatically allows you. You can only move into the next week's content if you completed all the set activities for example, week 3. So once you complete that, automatically the system allows you to move onto week 4. This is not like face-to-face where we need to do rearranging classes and all that stuff, makeup classes. Right? The system is designed in such a way that if you fall behind, okay, you have to complete all those set activities in order to move to the following week. So again, as like Dr. Rosa said, this week normally during semester break we use those breaks for us to look at the assessment and sort of whatever the requirement is there for us to catch up on the assessment. We do that, and also we look at the content, the course content, and see if there are tasks for us to complete. Then we utilize this week, and that's why we haven't populated anything onto the platform. It's just kind of that we are running towards the end. This is Thursday basically, and tomorrow's Friday. If you can allocate sufficient time for you to do those defensive activities, then that should at least give you the opportunity to run through week 4, week 5, week 6, and week 7. It's going to be quite a lot on your part, but given the fact that nothing has been populated for this week, you can utilize the time. But the system hasn't stopped you. You have to do the activity to be able to proceed on to the next.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Smith.
Okay, I'll probably ask Mr. Till Fora, and then before I get to Daniel Steele.
Good afternoon, Mr. Khan, first time.
All right, Mr.
right.
Daniel.
Go ahead.
Mr. Fora is still waiting.
Oh, he need to unmute himself.
Consent by Mr. Dr. Islam. Consent blumi, excuse by me Yusum Islam. Consent blumi, emi true some restriction if kat some one way blo monitor mihula. Pero with the mihula with the more workload blo mihula, emi a bit discouraging lo mihula from. But system emi save clearly identify say mimi lo weekend mimi no make one minute minute lo make be system emi just make no mo say ikat something mi no make me after by me must go back or ikat some place when mimi save animal say one now mi no make me should come again before system emi open blo mi call next activity from blo mimi go start go them mimi got full up narla work lebedia mi hope sel narwantu ba li akri with me. Because one way with system emi save clearly identify say you no make me yet you go make me before activity people me go start go them back with them all workload we got meeting say me no me too much lum.
Thank you, Daniel. We've designed the content in a way that it's self-explanatory in a way. Like you start from, for example, you can start from the lecture notes, and then you do the readings, and then discussion forum and stuff. Once you completed all that activities, and automatically the system ticks you off and allows you to move onto the following week. Now it's not a restriction in any way to sort of to force you to do the stuff. It's these courses they're pitched at level, is it level 6?
7.
Level 7. Okay, so pitching this course at level 7, meaning that it doesn't come cheap. If you can allow me to say that, you have to actually do the work to be able to get through. And the content is not that easy, as Mrs. Steele you've rightly said. So I know that there's a lot of demand on your part, but then later on we talked about all the benefits around how what are the benefits once you do the upgrade and all that stuff. So I reckon there are some things that we need to do on our part as teachers. We do understand the fact that you're on full-time students. You're full-time. You're on a full-time job, but at the same time you're a student, and that at least you have to find a way. You have to find the schedule that works well for you. And we did talk about arranging with your schools and stuff to find out that to give sufficient time for you to be able to complete the task. So this year 1 course is a bit at level 5, right? So we anticipate that you have all that it takes to be able to complete those courses successfully. And this is just we know that we do understand the fact that there are a lot of readings, there are a lot of tasks to do and stuff. But again, like I said, it doesn't come cheap. You have to play your part, and we do trust that you have all the capabilities and all to be able to complete all those courses and succeed. I'll probably leave it to Dr. Teresa to share a few inputs into that question, but that's my take on what Mr. Steele has raised earlier on. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. My point, Blumi, me suppose me got one way, Blumi, me save clearly identify him. One him now, me no make him, Blumi access him. Next course, next activity, Blumi from Blumi, me come after me go, Blumi find them out, me no access him, go run through everyone back in. Hemi would take him too much time. He got one me question concern blow me see got one way blow me have check him which activity na me no allow me blow me have access him next activity one him now me no make him got one way no you know got.
Okay, thank you, Steele. If you were with us last week, we said we went through, sorry, not last week, I think the week, oh no, last week, we went through with everyone on the Zoom, checking on the boxes. When we post your activities, there are boxes beside the activities, and those boxes supposed to be in line with progress, your progress. So those boxes, they have to be ticked. If they are not all ticked, then that tells you you need to do something. You need to do that work, and then you will go on to the next week's work. Does that answer your question?
Not really right. We'll try. I'll try.
Can you find the box that I am referring to? Because what we found from, we got from a few is that they kept looking on the right side. But the work that you're supposed to focus on, that we give you, is supposed to be on the left-hand side of the platform. And it's that work that we post out for a whole week, one whole week. That's your work. It's for a whole week. It's not for one day, but it's for a whole week. And then those boxes are the ones to indicate your progress. So you can see those boxes, but unfortunately you cannot tick them. The system ticks it for you. And it is that will tell you, oh yes, I've done them all, now I week's work, and then you will see it appear. Am I clear, Mr. Steele?
Okay, thank you. I will try and revisit
Check
that again.
box, check the boxes. Because as Mr. said, this is the diploma. We want a diploma, and so that's the work we give you, and the work is for a full week's work, which is very similar to you going into the classroom and giving your work to your students. You have a plan for the week and work to be done for your students. They're working towards something at the end of the year. Same thing we expect from you for this level that you are going to achieve at the end. So that's why we have to have the work. You cannot just go and say, tell us which one is it, and then you just go and do it, and then what about the rest? So that's why Mr. Smith, I think he used the term, it doesn't come cheap, it's a diploma, so we have to work. We are sorry that you have to do the work and your teaching load, but again, that is to do with your arrangement with the teaching service, how you can have some time to do your study. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
There's a hand raised. Okay, back to Teal. Teal has his hand raised, and then we'll come to our cluster. I don't know, Mr. Lawi, you can help us with that cluster, but let's have Mr. Bora, please.
Doctor, was Mr. come in small time? Am I right?
Yes. Lawi, come.
Yes.
Sorry.
Thank. One hand raise. You may listen. User 469084.
Yes, good afternoon. Mifla lo tawion ko lo motul. 11 EDPS112 no isa kamot pe samlong fly no kat EDPS111. Ino kamot lo motul lo system lo mifla.
How come?
Yes, so pa mifla in check to fly kasi ano pa fly kasi 111. Thank you.
Since when?
Since you start ka kasi mo na ya week 8 mifla EDPS112 no mo está kamot. Está solo screen pe 111 ino solo screen.
So that means is that like from week 1 upwards?
Yes.
And then we have to wait until week 8 to raise it up.
Okay.
Sorry. Come again?
Flight 1112 está on.
Okay, can I come? Sorry, where is this? Where you located?
Eton School.
Eton. Okay, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Eton. Our team, we deal with you for teaching and learning. Admin has organized at the start of the year for a Shefa, all the Shefa trainees to come here, and they had a day or a day and a half with Mr. Lawi training, and then after the training, we supposed to kick off, but then COVID came, and then we stopped. And we were given instruction by our authorities to start of semester 1 for in-service and pre-service. We only get instruction from them, and we carry out what our job is, to post, to populate on the platform. How many courses you're supposed to get, that information should have come out to you via the training team, the awareness that went out to you all. So if you had attended that, I am pretty sure everyone knew they're supposed to have 2 subjects this semester, or sorry, 2 courses this semester. And for us to hear now that you have only been able to access 1, I am very sorry, because I don't know why you did not get that information. And now we are in week 8.
Okay, Doctor, sorry, we come back. Every Zoom, if you join in Zoom, lo file mo lo forum, wete mo la assignment niya, ino sono lo screen lo laptop lo mifla.
So how na you can message lo soon?
If like a chat group, like a message lo chat group plo one simula assignment lo forum
module platform in show.
Platform in show.
Only
EDPS112 no more.
Okay, so why didn't you tell us when we were having our Zoom sessions? Sorry, I asked because this is week 8, and just thinking about the work that you already missed, that is a lot.
Yes.
When we start, we start this by come out the screen yet, make a start good, now we play chess them, so you must be. I play try web lo find them.
Okay, you now all I can say now is all the others have come this far, and we will not wait. But we will ask Mr. Lawi if he can jump in to help explain this, because this is more of a administrative matter. It's not for us teaching and learning. Thank you, Mr. Lawi.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Bami come on small time. Group lo yumilo. Group lo yumilo way please. Suppose we you will like at time lo Friday come look me or me hope so you will like at number blow me. You want them suppose me sabe at every let exam name or text some IT number come lo me sabe register me for. It's lo course. Me one. All right. Second something me want them coming blota so I'm little bit me one group me pin shown Venus last week. Me activity completion what restriction in complement lo one with tuvala kolik plomita la Venus Dr. Mr. Kevin Smith. Christine Blo Mr. Seule. Atin ba mi saram screen na mi so small lo kata dipin kivim finish lo one zoom and the sam lo yumi oli kotru oli look pa you will look tama you ko inside to hemi course. I hope say you will look when I come out pa mi ko as far as last section we stop na section here hemi active now and suppose we you go as far as place here but you have a look progression blue lo place here look progression hemi talam progression blominaya hemi 0 out of 7 so hemi kirim lomi indication hemi kat 17 7 activity plomi mekam plo enable plo mekam section here complete. And section ya look hemi kapia hemi no even give him every detail plus section ya. You must go click lo title lo hemi expand enough lo you look him full content plus section. Okay. By you haram full up Mr. Sorry, talk type in mention him say full up lo yumi only use navigation. Hemi minim lo yumi. Say full up, this is your working space. But full up, only content lo use navigation. Only click ya. Some lo la browser ya pahamino tikim yumi off lo activity way stop. So hami really matter. Lo you must call lo working space ya. You must call lo working space. And by lo train mi pintalam lo yumi, this is the blocks. You can click ya, lo tikim off or okay, out them everyone, look at one big fella working space play. So you look na me out them everyone. Naya hemi expand, pick one enough lomiriti, momilukim put every activity. Okay, by look each section and make him lomis 0 out of 5. So it means the section here, we got 5 activity plom time we complete him everyone. Pahami and ablami plomi look the following section. Last section, I make squeeze up no more. We must click the title. Look, I'm still activate. Small hand means I'm still link is tap. Time click. Naya na pa me expand lo me looking full content lo section ya. Okay, continue. We navigate. Look, naya section ya. Me look every full content lo section ya now. And Mr. Seulemo at a colleagues, by look la place na hami na iso am leyu. Say every 70 yeah, 7 activity hemia 1 hemia number 2, number 3, number 4 iko. So hemia na hami so am leyu 1 now you should make them. So time when you click lo 1, for example na ya first one. Okay, ike stop lo first one. Suppose me click lo place ya. Then by look. After when we download them to Valaya, pahami tikimi your first one. We download them. So hemi tekam lomi say mimi kat interaction between lomi me interact within Tuvala activity now within Retinia. Time when we come back, by you look because where pahami should be taken off lo place. Then you follow me go down. You go down time we go as far as last one you tick. The following section it should come out there now. So hemi kaitem you finish lo place kaitem you say one am now me no mekemian. Suppose we look hemi tick, hemi no tick. Why you look say okay me come back. Oh so hemi na me no mekemian. Once when you make everyone, yeah, and some lol instructor, yeah, only make them such a way, so you must make them activity avenues. And you blame you block next activity. Go as far as you correct him, everyone. So time we hemi kaitem you know. Hemi kaitem you finish. So you know some question where Mr. So later activity you know make. So you must look time we hemi taking you off. Listen now you meaning say you cut interaction, you interacted within activity avenues. I didn't meeting say clear albet the yumi, so please or some no hemi no plo punish him yumi, hemi just no mo plo we will trackam and some pintalam lo last zoom full up lo experience lo last years we will look him say full up lo keta only no even read him and sometimes by kata to stop ya Doctor what the mistaken but will talam say sometimes when you know even read you go answer and forum or kata look save finish or look save directly so you know even read. So please, all written say you must go through by me and enable you, mohami help you, blow you save ko answer mal question. Tu voila, adin hemi anamo mi save come in with them. If all mazum anything, any question, anything arise, but mi save come in pagakan. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Lawi. Mr. Lawi has taken us through the model, going over the similar thing with us for the activity completion. So thank you very much, Mr. Lawi, for that. I hope since it's the second time around now that we've gone in, it should be clearer for most of us. And Eton cluster, please make sure you come over and see Mr. Lawi to sort out what's been there for you. There was another hand raised before Mr. Lawi came in, Mr. Wara. Mr. Wara, maybe your reception keeps playing up. Sorry. If you can speak up, just speak up. Okay, I cannot see Mr. Bora now. Sorry, Mr. Bora, we've just lost you. We'll go over to Central Cluster. There is a hand raise for Central. Over to you, Central.
Thank you, Doctor. I just want to ask about the photo phone. We read something about the photo phone, and we are concerned about the use of the network. Like we are paying our own data, and we just want to know whether the photo phone have arranged anything to do with SOE for us to have free data or something like this.
Over to Mr. Lawi, that's his area. Thank you. Lawi, are you there?
Palmat.
Dile si Lolman.
Lawi? Okay, Mr. Lawi will come back to you, Central. We have another hand raised and we'll come back to that. We're sending him a message. Sorry, we are not all together. We are at different locations. He will get back to us before we end. Okay, Central, can we go over to? Thank you. Can we go over to Kawenu?
Thank you, Doctor and Mr. Smith. We apologize for coming in late. There's three of us here, Clement, Pamina, and I. Pamina would like to raise a question concerning the assignment. Maybe you've talked about the assignment already, but we joined in late, so she's going to ask a question concerning the assignment. Thank you.
Sorry, Kawenu, we did not talk about it yet. It's one of our agenda, but it's good you raise it and then we can go on.
Okay. Okay, this concerns the major topic 3, reflection. It's going to be handed in next week on Friday, is that right?
According to the weekly schedule, it is due. If you see my message,
Friday next week on number 10 June. Is that correct?
I have given out a message regarding MT3. On your week schedule is week 9. Yes, that's the one.
Yes. So I just want to ask about the subtopics.
Go ahead.
Sorry, Doctor, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm listening.
Okay, the subtopics to be covered are brain development in middle childhood, cognitive and biological attainments of middle childhood, schooling and development, and social and emotional development in middle childhood. I just want to check with you, are those the subtopics that we're going to write in our reflective?
Yes, those are the summary of those topics.
Okay, is that correct?
Yes, we have we have brain development in middle childhood, yes. Cognitive and biological. Are you? Yes, yes. It's all that. Social.
Okay,
and
thank you.
Yeah. Welcome.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, Mr. Lawi, are you there now?
Yes, yes.
Thank
Sorry,
you.
Sorry, small me misima Christine. Christine, me about orang phone. Ask.
Central School, come again. Central School, come back to Mr. Lawi, please.
You can text, you can chat me.
Okay, yes. I mean, ask him say phone of a free access to Moodle. Yes. How? Alo ICT tem molecular 0 rated. I mean, minim sa time we use one photophone SIM card, and you call Moodle and 0 rated. Suppose you top up or you make one data upload 50 watt yeah. And me by use Zoom kasam lo Android day full manis by look data play you yeah. I mean not even even kakai still stop sema kami 0 rated. But bear in mind, say lo Moodle, you make some link to we have provided. Suppose so you click lo one link we karami ko lo YouTube have me how lo Moodle ya now. So the time where you still stop lo dff.edu.vu, have me no even consume any data play. But have me no minim say you must offer data minim lo phone now. Na Mr. minim lo phone, have me no minim say pa you kata lo phone play you. Hemi you from data one yes you from data you connect no data you must on lo kick off you must cut small data inside the phone lo kick off what time you log in you go but every navigation play you go where and is 0 rated it means you no consuming any bandwidth play So takutin yumi namo where you may use some all photo phone SIM card. Where you got one photo phone SIM card or phone. Putin beliau hemena. Naya since the lockdown finish kasem naya hemi zero rated. No more TCL imiko as far as inokatuan kutwalan sa layumie. The watam photo phone. Putan sa finish sa mamitalam hemi zero rated. You navigate ikolo any place, any link, even video we hemi inpaited inside the module. Hemi zero rated. Inokakay any bandwidth, any data beliau. Okay, we will test them and by me assure me 100% we will test them. We will look him when he work. Perhaps no sell him you me free data. No, not give you only rate them site yeah. EDF.edu.vu you suppose you navigate with them site there with them one photo phone connection and is zero rated. Perhaps no even kakaya ni pan with play you. And you sabi test them, you sabi test them low and play you. Time you cut any data, you shall make them data flow 100 or 50 watt. You coin, you shall navigate full money, full week. You know, sabi ka kaya ni data. Takutin hemyan na. Istrat, Dian, boso mi answer ang question playo.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Lawi. Sorry, you may chamla assignment, you may come back to question, yeah. But if anyone else has any further questions around what Mr. Lawi is talking about, you can raise it now. If not, we will go to the next thing on our list to talk to you about. Okay, looks like there's no hand raised. Thank you. I'll move to just remind you about the Dropbox. Dropbox for MT3. For MT3 is supposed to open tomorrow. And it will close. I think if you go into your Moodle platform, you will find out that it will open tomorrow and it will close next week, as Mrs. Joy has just talked about, and Ms. Tari. And I just want to remind you all, please, if you do not know how to find the Dropbox or how to use the Dropbox, go and read. I have sent out a step-by-step message to everyone in your message box. If you can go back to that, when you are stuck, go back to that, scroll down or scroll up, however it is on the Moodle platform, and follow it. It should get you to that, or it should direct you to that. Why I say this is it gives a lot of headache, and it takes up a lot of our time to go through emails and to do the same, to download your assignments via that. So MT3, don't send it to Mr. Smith either, or Mrs. Kathy or Mr. Takaro, no. Aim to go into the Dropbox, or you arrange in advance, please. Okay, don't wait until that time, the due date is up and then you start sending us emails, because it takes up too much of our time to do that. So please use the Dropbox, and there are instructions given there. If you can go on Zoom and you can go access your assignment via the Dropbox. So please pass on the message to the others who are not in the Zoom to read messages. There are lots of things that we are bringing up again and again on the phone or message or email and whatnot that's on the message. So please go back there and read that. I will stop here if there is any questions regarding that. Mr. Vora, we are sorry that we missed you. The other time already, you raised your hand. Speak. Mr. Vora, can you hear me? Mr. Vora, can you hear? Mr. Vora, can you hear?
Something is not right with his microphone.
Can you unmute?
Unmute, yes.
Alma.
I think Chloe wants you to. Oh, sorry. Okay, Mr. Vora, this is our third attempt to try to get you to talk. You must. Can you unmute? Yeah, that's it. Okay, can you talk to us now?
Mama, let's go.
Okay, looks like Mr. Vora is having some challenges getting across to us. All right, we'll keep going. Our assignment MT3, I will just give a general comment. Do not take it personal, please. I will talk to you generally. I noticed reflection 1, reflection 2, many of you have submitted assignments over the word limit. If you know you are one that have submitted assignment over the word limit, please, MT3, try your best to write within the word limit. All right? We know we all want to talk about all sorts that about the major. The assessment detail is there to guide us, and the marking criteria is there to guide us as well. All right, so please write within the word limit. And make sure, try your best for MT3 assignment or reflection, try your best to at least use a source. I repeat, try your best to use a source. Okay, so that's my general comment about your assignment so far from MT1 and MT2. Thank you. I will give about 2 minutes if anyone has anything to say about any questions about our assignment, which is a big portion. That is the video one. If you have any questions, that will be our last thing to discuss, and then we have to go as our time is catching up on us.
Reverend. Mrs. Dr. Tarosa. Fill a note, Selwyn. Miss Ave Tok small, please.
Yep. Selwyn, good afternoon.
We got 2 questions. First question, Hemi, one word that you just mentioned, a sap or a socks or one name? You have explained me first time, please. Naravela question, Hemi. But you still giving me for a time because I'm Sunday. Also, we meet in April hem last Zoom meeting. Thank you.
Or not? You listening?
Yes.
All right. Yes. So you listen, please. You'll first to address your question. I think I used the word source. Is that what you're asking for? Number one? Can we have some interaction here, Villanov, please? Is it source?
Doctor, we no harem ku tok hemena Mr. Ask them sorry.
Okay, yeah, I think it's source. I think I used the word source. I asked if you can at least include a source in your MT3 reflection. Am I clear?
Yes.
All right, source means lots of things that we talk about, that we write about. They are not ours, okay? We talk about because someone else has talked about. We have learned it. We have come to understand it that way because someone has talked to us about. We have read about it. So I just want you to include at least one, because if you look at your marking criteria, we've got that covered in there as APA 6th edition. So source is just another word for referencing. Find the source, where you got the information from. Right?
Doctor, thank you. Sorry for interrupting. Me just kasem now. Me no pin harem ku tok clear ya. Mena Mr. Ask them sorry.
Good. That's why we have to ask to hear and understand. Welcome. That's your point number one. That's your first question. Your second question was for the due date.
Yes.
The due date, I did not change it to Sunday, but I do have a cutoff. I did not want to tell you about cutoff, but since you want to extend to Sunday, I keep my due date for Friday, but I have a cutoff that's beyond Friday. I will not tell you when, but you should be safe.
So the drop will be there until Sunday.
Selwyn, go and get your assignment done.
Sorry, Mr. Smith.
Okay.
Thank you. Enough now. No, no more question. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. You should be okay as long as you do your work and submit your assignment. Mrs. Sao, we get you, and Mrs. Joy Kaweno. I think that should wind us up. It's already 4 o'clock.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Tarosa. I've got one question about the major topic 3. In my schedule that I have got here with me, it says the due date is in week 11 for major topic 3. Any clarification on that, please?
I do not know where you got your week 11 from, Ms. Sao. Is it EDPS 111?
Yes, it's EDPS 111. Due date for.
Can you check if it's your updated weekly schedule? Can you see the screen there? That's what Mrs. Joel was asking, and she's got the right one. That's us there. Can you see that, Mrs. Sao? Mrs. Sao, are you there? And everyone else, can you see that? That's when our next assignment, our next reflection is due. Okay. Okay, I think we lost Mrs. Sao, but everyone else, I'm pretty sure you've seen it, and I leave it there. I hope Mrs. Sao has her question answered. Sorry that we lost her. Okay, she's not back. Sorry, we're running out of time. It's already 4 o'clock. Okay. Oh, Miss Sao is not there, and Miss Joel, we okay? We can you message me yours? Sorry, we're running out of time, Mrs. Joel.
Yes, we will message you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, we'll stop here. There's no question on the video. So we take it that we are planning and we are on with our video. I say that because it's something that will take up time, and we do not want to have you people come at the last week telling us, oh, it's this and that. We really want our students to plan ahead. So that's why I'm reminding you about this major assignment ahead of us, okay? So please, if you haven't done anything, I urge you to start planning your next assignment out. Go back to your assignment, to your Moodle and check out the assignment section. Read through, please read through what you're supposed to do for that assignment. I think I'm going to stop here. If Mr. Smith has anything else to add on. Mr. Smith is all right. Once again, we want to thank you all for your time and thank you for listening. Those of you who did not manage to ask any questions, we apologize to Mr. Vora. He has some technical problems there. Mr. Vora, if your question hasn't been raised, we haven't addressed it, please send us an email or message, okay? I'd prefer you message me via the Moodle platform because my SOE the EFF email plays up a lot. So send me message via the Moodle platform. Otherwise, thank you everyone else, and we'll see you next Thursday. Thank you so much, and goodbye all others from the island and around FRT. Thank you for your time and goodbye. Good night.
Thank you.
Nice Palma.
Goodbye.
Thank you
Nice
very
afternoon.
much. Goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Palma.